artists have shaped their ideas of the world around us in clay for centuries. Dedicated to this hands-on form of expression, Jessica Merle says clay takes her everywhere, and she is its happy follower.
I'm Jessica. I'm a ceramist and artist based in Hillcrest, KZN. Join me in the garden and my studio to see how my creative process unfolds. I'm currently working on the Alchemy collection, which is a series of sagger-fired functional ceramics. The intention with this collection is to create pieces that overlap art and utility.
We were keen to understand how this artist fires pieces of natural design directly into her clay.
I like to think that one of my hidden talents is being able to observe and spot the small secret things that are hidden in nature around us, such as shed snake skins, empty eggshells, feathers, anything like that that I can incorporate into the sagger firing process and to create a beautiful, organic, smoky finish in my work. I'm very lucky to find a shed snake skin here in the garden. It's been here a little while, parts of it are missing, but it's all very natural. All of these small elements, these shed and left behind pieces of nature will go into the saggers I create and leave an almost perfect ephemeral impression of this snake skin. What I love about working with nature is that it almost brings an energy to my process. I feel like when I start a new batch of work, just having these elements around me brings a sense of excitement, and as soon as that spark hits, I have to get into the process of making straight away so I can start using these in my surfaces, the textures, packing saggers to see how each piece, each element is going to react and interact in the firing. Nature is bountiful in inspiration, and it's always sharing so much. All we have to do is go outside, get quiet, and really look around and engage with our environment. The first thing to do is prepare the clay. So what I'll do is cut off sections of it and wedge it up on the table and get it nice and ready to use. I use only hand building techniques in my work, so I'll either use the pinching method or I'll use slab building to create certain works. Once the slab has been rolled out, I just smooth it down using a soft rubber tool, just to make sure that the surface is nice and smooth, and it makes cleaning it up after the sagger firing a lot easier. Now we're going to drape the slab over the plaster mold. I'll trim away the excess clay around the edge and then leave it to firm up. So one of the great things about slab building is that all of the excess clay around the edge of the mold can actually be wedged up immediately and used for your next piece.
Every piece is shaped in Jessica's hands and fired by her imagination, as much as the heat of a kiln.
So the process for building the cup forms is a little different from creating the bowls. I cut components of clay from the slab and then work to join them together to create the final cup form. These are pre-measured templates that I use to create every hebe cup, and then I know it's the right proportions, the perfect size to fit in your hand, and I know that everything's going to join up. Once everything has dried enough to what we call bone dry, it goes into the electric kiln for vitrification firing. Once they've been fired in the kiln, I'll then go ahead and pack saggers around them, and that is where a lot of the natural organic elements come in. So each piece will be individually wrapped with a number of different elements around it, either a snakeskin wrapped around, feathers, leaves, flowers, all together, and then I wrap that up with tin foil. From there, these go into the barrel fire. This is the final firing of the process to create the sagger-fired works. This is where the magic truly happens. All of the organic elements that were packed into the saggers are now burning away and depositing carbon into the surface of the clay. After the fire's gone down, I'll take the works out, unwrap the saggers, see how everything's fired. Then they'll go through a final cleaning, dry out, and they'll be sealed to make them waterproof and food safe.
The encouragement of a circle of female artists and friends has been a major influence, and so is the support of clients like Karen Price-Lewis.
I first met Karen in 2020 when she found my work via Instagram. She messaged me to buy this first piece, the butterfly dish, and it's also a very significant example of how well insects can take in the sagger firing, and this has left this perfect smoky impression of a butterfly's wing, which we just both absolutely love. The pieces that Karen has in her home are all from the Alchemy collection, which is a series of sagger-fired functional wares. She also has 2 of my pieces that I created early in my career that speak to landscape, the mountains I used to see on my travels to the studio, and so it's quite interesting to see works from different sides of my career displayed in the same place.
What I love about Jess's work is the fact that Jess brings nature into her ceramics and how it just actually sings to me, and it's just so much more special. The workmanship that's gone into it is just incredible.
It's important for me to achieve in each piece a level of imperfection and uniqueness. I don't want it to look polished and perfect and machine made. It needs to have the touch of hands on there. It needs to show the mark of the maker.
Best of all is for Jessica to know that her ceramics bring joy to people in these everyday rituals of their lives. Get more of the Insider Essay online. Follow, connect, engage, and be inspired to live better with the Insider Essay. Watch the show Monday evenings at 6. Repeat Saturday at 1 on S3.